Money Matters
On afternoons with Helen Farmer.
with Zurich Life Insurance. Take optimistic action and shape your financial future with Zurich Life Insurance.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
We are here for you this hour, answering your questions, your queries. October, of course, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And this disease is sadly one of the most common causes of death for women in the region. Many patients finding themselves struggling financially after undergoing that diagnosis, having treatment and being off work as well. So one thing you can do, of course, to avoid the situation is get screened. The earlier it is diagnosed, the better, especially if you are high risk. And the other thing you need to keep in mind is having enough money to cover those expenses when you get ill, whether it's from breast cancer or other diseases. To explore this and more is Simon Price, the Head of Market Management for Zurich Middle East. If you do have any questions, as I said, get in touch. 4001. Simon, lovely to have you back. How have you been? Things are feeling pretty busy around Dubai, or is it just me?
Helen, it's great to be back, and it's my birthday last week.
Aww,
So 1 year older, and
birthday
it's great to see in a busy Dubai. So fantastic.
Oh, good, and please. Now, we are here marking Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They're coming to the end of the month, and just to be clear, we should be getting checked year round, but it is good to have this month of education around early diagnosis and some of the practical steps you can take should you be affected by this disease. Can you talk to us a little bit about the financial protection that's available to women for critical illnesses such as breast cancer, Simon?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I think last time we talked about the difference between health insurance and life insurance and critical illness insurance. I think that we specialise in health insurance here at Zurich. Your medical insurance will pay a lot of your day-to-day needs when you go to the hospital, getting the right treatment. However, what it won't cover in the majority of cases is what will happen outside of the hospital. Mm-hmm. You know, whether or not you're losing income because you can't work the same, because you have to change your life or your home, and so on and so forth. So what we offer here at Zurich is policies that can help you in the unfortunate event that you are diagnosed with cancer, to then give you a lump sum to help you then ease those burdens.
And this really can't be understated in terms of taking that, emotional pressure off as well. Once you're not worrying about the money side, hopefully you'll be in a more positive mindset when you are undergoing treatment. And there's no saying how someone's going to respond to chemo, to the various medications that are available. Some people might absolutely breeze through it. Other people, as you say, might need to take time off work, completely change their lives and dedicate themselves to fighting like that good fight. And I just wondered if you'd got any data that you could share. What have the claims been like when it comes to women and Zurich Middle East?
Well, yeah, look, we're talking today about breast cancer, and what we do see in our data here in the Middle East is that out of our critical illness claims for women, 85% are actually coming from cancer. Wow. Which is it's one of the prevalent risks that women will be facing. In terms of amounts, as you said, it varies from individual to individual. I was reading an article the other day where it's looking just normal kind of day-to-day living. It may be in excess of $1 million dirhams a year extra to what you haven't got on top of your health insurance. And as you say, Helen, it'll be different to each individual, but what is clear is these risks are real and what we do see in real life.
And as we've discussed before, it feels like such a grown-up thing to do, to worry about that, financial future of yourself and your family. But it is something you can control. That's what we're talking about this afternoon.
Money Matters
On afternoons with Helen Farmer.
with Zurich Life Insurance. Take optimistic action and shape your financial future with Zurich Life Insurance.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
As you heard earlier, breast cancer, one of the deadliest cancers in the region, and 85% of all claims for critical illness in women were for cancer. Joining us today is Simon Price, Head of Market Management from Zurich Middle East. He's answering all of your questions about insurance. Now, earlier this year, we had a survivor on the show. Risha Bagnari is a wife, a mother, a business owner who's lived in Dubai for 20 years, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer in August last year, has undergone 16 sessions of chemotherapy, 25 radiation sessions, and is now cancer-free. This is what she told us last time.
Health insurance covers most of the treatments, which are, like chemotherapy is covered, radiation is covered, but it doesn't cover a lot of other things like port insertion, which you need. It's a keyhole surgery, which is has to be done before the chemotherapy starts. The plastic surgery, which is required, to in case you decide to go for an implant, because you still want to feel like a woman and you want everything aligned and you want to keep looking good. As women, we are always conscious of the way we are looking and so on. So, it doesn't cover all that. So hence, it's very important to have some kind of a plan in place in order to make sure that what is not covered by health insurance, you're actually prepared for that expense as well.
And this is the information that's actually really useful, to be honest, to hear from someone who has been through it. And this is how life insurance really impacted her experience.
I had actually started the Zurich insurance saving around 15 years back. So I didn't have to touch my savings at all. Zurich was quick in responding. The moment I sent them the reports that I was diagnosed, they actually sent me the amount, just before I even started my chemotherapy. So it was such a relief, when you see an amount, you're worried about so many things which are happening around you. So one less thing to worry about is the finance, and that's what Zurich took care of.
Amazing story, and really does kind of drive home the importance of this, Simon. Again, many people have asked us on the show how insurance works for you if you do get ill. Can you explain it in kind of simple terms for us? Would that be okay?
Well, first of all, we're so grateful for Risha to share her story. It's a really inspirational one, and I urge everybody to go to our website, zurich.ae, to have a look at the video. It's fantastic. Look, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. What we cover is critical illnesses, so things like cancer, heart attack, stroke. So something that's going to be pretty major in your life, and then obviously we cover when people unfortunately do pass away as well. So what we offer isn't for these kind of small things when you're just going to the hospital, you need something to get done quickly. It's really, as Risha says, it's the things you aren't anticipating. Almost the things when you leave the hospital that will then need to either help you for the rest of your life or help your dependents for the rest of theirs once you've unfortunately left this earth. So really that's where we at Zurich here in the Middle East can help.
Going to the text line, Simon, lots of people getting in touch wanting some clarity, information as well. No name on this message, and you can be completely anonymous. We really don't mind. Saying, if I have a history of cancer in my family, how is insurance affected? Is it calibrated based on family history and a person's own chronic conditions? Great question.
We've been underwriting individuals here for the last 30 years, and everybody's own personal health and their lifestyle is unique to them. We actually accept 99% of the cases that come to us, and really if you do have past medical histories, or even if you're recovering, the most common one we see is obviously raised BMI, raised blood sugar. We know there's a prevalence of diabetes. What I do say to people is be open, honest, and our underwriters know what they're doing, and will give you a proper rating as you go through that process. But believe me, even if you do have something that's pre-existing or chronic, we do tend to accept most people.
Okay, really useful.
Money Matters
On afternoons with Helen Farmer.
with Zurich Life Insurance. Take optimistic action and shape your financial future with Zurich Life Insurance.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
We are answering your questions this afternoon, and when I say we, I don't mean me, definitely not. Our expert of the hour is Simon Price, the head of market management from Zurich Middle East. Lots of people getting in touch wanting some clarity, some information when it comes to life critical illness cover as well. We've been talking about breast cancer in particular today, Simon. Shayla, a really interesting question here to do with payment plans, really, saying, can you make a yearly payment for your insurance instead of monthly, and does that affect the premiums?
We're happy to set yearly, monthly. Some of our policies are actually quarterly and half yearly, if that whatever flexibility suits the customer. There is no real massive difference between the premiums. It's more around the affordability and what's best for the customer.
What suits? Okay, good question. Thank you for that, Shayla. And Sana wants to know. And we are talking about perks, by the way, after 4 o'clock today. So let us know your best work perk that you've had in your life. We've had already messages about gyms and flexibility. But what about other perks? Sana's saying, does life insurance come with other perks apart from its main purpose? I have no idea. Does it? Could it? Can it?
Yeah, look, I mean, a lot of our policies will have extra benefits. If you go to our website, you can see those different ones. So, for instance, we tend to give free aeroplane cover if you're unfortunate to die in an airplane crash, and so on and so forth. So each policy will have some extra things, but if you go to our website, you can have a look and see what we do there.
A lot of people getting in touch wanting to know about implications around salaries as well. No name on this one, and it's absolutely fine to be completely anonymous. We know when it comes to health or professional matters, privacy is, of course, important. So no name asking, what is the minimum salary required for taking out life insurance? Does it work that way, Simon? Are you able to offer any assistance?
No, it doesn't really work that way. Anybody, we offer cover from as small as 3 dirhams a day. So whatever your salary, as long as you can afford it, we're more than happy to accept people. So we don't use salary as a key indicator for accepting people or not.
And a question here, kind of following up from that, saying, if I lose my job, can life insurance or any insurance offer financial relief? How does that work?
It's not something that we do. If it's like an independent loss of job or you just unfortunately been made redundant, that's not what we cover. Mm-hmm. We only cover when people pass away or get a critical illness.
Okay, any questions for Simon Price, do get in touch on 4001. It's always kind of interesting to see what kind of trends you're noticing as well, especially around age groups. You mentioned earlier, we were talking about Breast Cancer Awareness Month, of course. Any information on kind of age of claims? And we've also had questions as well, wanting to know when you should sign up to get life insurance. Can you offer some insights there, Simon?
Yeah, sure. If you look at again, these are numbers from people here in the UAE. So this is not a global number. Our average claimant on critical illness is actually 49 years old, which with my birthday last week, I'm 1 year closer to. It's also, we have some very young claimants in their 20s, but again, that's when people get that. In terms of when to get it, obviously, when you're younger, you tend to be healthier. So life insurance tends to be fairly cheap in terms of that. As you get older, obviously, the risk of mortality increases, therefore the premium goes up. There's no real right time, but people tend to think of it as when they get married, when they have children, mm-hmm. when they have a mortgage. These kind of trigger events tend to get people to think about these topics. And I know myself, it's not something I really thought about in my 20s. I tend to think about it in my 30s. And that tends to be our average age of customers. Actually, I can't remember the exact number. I think it's about 34. It's on our website in terms of the average age when somebody starts taking out a policy with us.
When people start feeling like they're a natural grown-up.
Money Matters
on Afternoons with Helen Farmer.
With Zurich Life Insurance. Take optimistic action and shape your financial future with Zurich Life Insurance.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
Simon Price joining us this afternoon, Head of Market Management at Zurich Middle East. And we've had lots coming in today, lots of people wanting clarity, more information on life insurance, critical illness cover as well. Renan wants to know, is it advisable to get joint insurance with my husband or get 2 individual ones? What is the difference? Great question, something that was on my mind as well, so thank you for that. What do you think, Simon?
Yeah, sure. Actually, about 20% of our protection policies are actually taken out between 2 people, normally a man and a wife, obviously. And really what happens in like a standard policy, it'll be what we call joint life first kind of death. So if you're insured for $1 million under that policy, the first one to pass away would then trigger the amount of payment that is then due. So that's the way most of them work. Now, we do have other policies that would pay on both lives dying, or if you need individual policies, then it would be 1 million for the first life and then 1 million for the second life. So they're all slightly different. I think the key thing when you're answering this question is, what do you need the insurance for? Mm-hmm. Is it paying off a mortgage? Is it helping your kids into the future? So I think once you decide that, a good advisor should be then able to help you understand what's the right structure of the policy, and then equally run you through some different illustrations and numbers to then help you understand what's the right choice for yourself. But I think the key thing is it's fairly common that we do see both husband and wife looking to be insured under the same policy.
Okay, really hope that helps. Thank you for that. Really do appreciate it. Looking for some clarity here is Anonymous on 4001 saying, we took out insurance with Zurich back in 2014, made monthly payments for over 2 years, but we ran ran out of funds and couldn't continue paying. We asked our broker in 2017 if we could resume payments, and he said it wouldn't be possible. What is the best thing to do here? Probably paid about 35 grand already, and it would be a huge shame for that to go to waste. Is there any kind of recourse here or anything that this listener can do, Simon?
Yeah, look, it's difficult without knowing all the details. What I'd say to the listener, look, please get in contact with us directly. Our numbers are all on our website, and we can see what we can do for you. But that's all we can do. Obviously, your broker's there to help. If you don't feel you're getting the right service from the broker, please reach out to us. Our numbers and our contact details are on our web for you to then give us a call.
Okay, brilliant. Simon Price, really appreciate your time this afternoon, your insights as well. And as you said, head to the website. So much information there. People can start putting together their packages, get the answers that they need if they haven't been able to get through to us this afternoon here on Dubai Eye. Take care of yourself and yours, and happy belated birthday. Really do appreciate it. We'll be back with Zurich Middle East next month as well, of course.